Come with me while I platinum one of this month's newest releases in No Way to Die. Now, I love games that are futuristic and old-timey at the same time. Games like Fallout with its futuristic 50s style, Dishonored, BioShock, games of that nature. So when I saw this game, I knew I had to pick it up. Nobody Wants to Die is a detective narrative-driven game. It's like one of those old black and white detective noir movies from the 30s, but with flying cars. There are 27 trophies, and looking at the list, it seems as though they are split into two types. Story ones that will pop, but I'm guessing I need to keep an eye out for any choice-specific ones, and miscellaneous ones that will need to be done on whatever mission they crop up on. If you do enjoy this video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If there's any games that you want to see me try and get a platinum for, please drop them down in the comments below, and let's get into it. Now, this game only came out a few days ago, so if you haven't seen any of this, spoilers are ahead. Nobody Wants to Die starts by introducing you to the fact that in this world, death has become a thing of the past, and immortality has become a subscription service, foreshadowing our inevitable future much. This premise reminds me a little of one of my favorite books that was adapted into a Netflix show, Altered Carbon. So slight little plug there. If you've never watched it, go and watch it. It's amazing. You play as James Kara, a 120-year-old detective watching a drive-in movie with his wife when things start to take a funny turn. Your wife disappears and you get a phone call from your captain. You find out that you have a new body and you were just in an accident, but you're not cleared for duty just yet. But he does have an off-the-books case for you, which you will happily accept, and it's here we get our first trophy, Restless Hands. And to do that, you get this trophy by interacting with all of the items that are in the vehicle you are in. So you're assigned a police liaison officer, Sarah, and are given the case details. Some bigwig with political ties has died and you need to recover his consciousness on the down low as to not attract any attention. Once you have all the information, you receive the first story-related trophy in Dark City. So we arrive at the scene of the crime. We find the body and learn it is the victim of the man who created immortality itself. But not only is his body being killed, but his Icarite, which is the means in which we stay alive, is also gone, meaning that he is full dead, no respawns, no go again, see you later. In the game, you have a tool called a reconstructor, and what it does is what it says. It reconstructs the crime scene. Essentially, it is a rewind tool. You'll find a clue, play a mini game, it'll give you a rewind segment, and then you find the next clue, and so on. You work out he has been murdered. Something is going on, but when you tell the chief, he tells you to just write it off as an accident.
The word out of your mouth. You're going to drop whatever shit you picked up. You're going to write a clean report about a tragic accident. Got me?
You pronounced murder wrong.
I'm not asking. I'm telling you. All you were supposed to do was pull Green's Icarite. End of story.
While looking around for evidence, you come across the next trophy, Cold Case, for leaving some top secret documents alone. And then when I was looking through the trophy list, it says that you get a trophy for burning them. So I decided to see if I could reload, and sure enough you could, and we got the next trophy, Firestarter.
Maybe I'll just let sleeping dogs lie.
Thanks. My blood pressure didn't need to get any higher.
Better for them to disappear.
That was evidence! For fuck's sake, James! Who do you think you are? What gives you the right to just do whatever you want to do?
Hey now, don't be envious.
Oh, fuck.
Again, another trophy we can cross off our list while looking for evidence is Sense of Mystery, and that is for describing to your partner over the phone what chocolate actually smells like.
And you feel joy in your heart?
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's get back to work.
You ignore the chief and you carry on looking for evidence and find a bottle of poison. You then start to desync again. Apparently you need to sync up your body with your memories every time you die, and James has decided not to do that yet.
I leave the body of a dead god on the flaming Mount Olympus. Time to go back to the underworld he cast us all into. out of a body. Now
We now make it back home to your apartment, and among the pictures on the wall and your body's new allergies stuck on the fridge, there is a voicemail from the chief giving you the trophy. Old bastard for listening to it.
New voicemail message from Old Bastard.
It's then time to decontaminate, and it's shared with your neighbor who is not happy for you to be using it, and you get into a hypothetical fight. And if you end up winning, it will provide you with the trophy, the game, for winning that fight. Now it's time to work on the case. Between you and Sarah, you work through all of the clues to find out what may have happened to Green. While doing this, you come clean about the bottle you found at the crime scene, which turns out to be a good thing because you find out the prints belong to a gangster who never leaves a flying blimp bar. Good thing for you, it's just blew its engines right outside your house, which is pretty convenient, and we unlock the trophy tenant.
Special announcement. Engine problems have been reported aboard Icarus, which is currently flying over Brooklyn. We ask residents of the borough to stay at home and shelter in place. There is no need to worry. Insurance for bodily injuries will be fully applicable.
James, did you hear the announcement?
I even felt it.
Damn, you're that close to it? Are you all right? The newsfeed said it crashed into a building and that it's about to fall into a chasm.
Yeah. We can't pass up a fucking golden opportunity like this.
Pass up a go. No, wait, James, are you crazy?
Too late, bye!
We are now inside the Icarus Lounge, and boy have things gone belly up. You use the reconstructor to reconstruct the crime scene, and you find out Kovalev was meeting a bunch of rich and important people to do with Icarite and the legislation and the subscription services. Using this, you see that bullets start flying, leading to someone blowing themselves up, and as you're about to leave, your phone gets intercepted by a stranger who's trying to get you to work with him and take out the rich people who are making money off the poor. But before you have time to learn any more information, it's time to escape as the blimp is coming down, also gaining you the trophy, I as in Icarus.
I bet my
The next part of the story has us on the roof of our car, drinking and monologuing after being taken off the case by the chief. It's here we drown our sorrows and have a sip of whiskey that we took, getting us the trophy old-fashioned.
Sweeter than perfume.
The Icarus disaster has shaken the city. Now new facts have come to light, which will bring you live in just...
We then call Sarah for an update and have a heart-to-heart before being interrupted by police for drinking while hovering. But once that is done, we get the trophy altered states for getting to know each other a little better. After a dream sequence about your wife, the autopilot has brought us back home and we get the trophy. You've got mail for grabbing one of those many leaflets dropping out of the sky. But things seem to be going from bad to worse. As you get home, the desync seems to be taking hold and you stumble around and pass out until you can find some more of the medication that you need, called ambrosia. Once the meds are took and the things are clear again, you need to pick up the tree for the trophy Ray of Light, as when you were stumbling around, you must have knocked it down.
Attention! The sync test is ready. Immediately
So it's now time to try and sync up and pass our sight test, which didn't end the way that we wanted. But with that out of the way, it's time to go through the clues we got from the Icarus, and we find out that the chief may be in on it, and the plan is to increase the prices for subscribing for the body swap stuff so that more people can't afford it. They then decide it's time to go back to the scene of the crime to see if we can find out any more information, and with that, we've got the trophy Into the Madness.
You think we missed something at Green's?
Everything points to that.
As long as everyone's focused on the riot now, the apartment should be empty.
Great. Let's finish what we started.
Diagnostics complete. Repair cost and fine $938.
Fuck you. And don't wait for me with dinner. Late. After our little nightly talk,
We make it back to the scene of the crime, and the feds have found the safe. Or have they? The safe is part of a hidden door that takes you to a secret room where, yet again, more important people, senators, actors, have all been killed by the stranger who is again in your ear trying to explain and win you on side. After you break down the crime scene again, you find out that the first victim at the beginning that was hanging is the killer for all of these people down below. The room is a den of vice and he was blackmailing them, but for some reason we don't know why he went on that massacre. So far this conspiracy is no clearer. We know the stranger is behind it, but how he is actually doing it we do not know. The stranger then threatens Sarah and we leave to go and save her, getting us the trophy Deep End.
Your friends will find everything, and it'll blow over in a week.
I'm not green. You can't buy me.
We rush to the general location of Sarah to the slums, and using our detective work we find out which building she's in, getting the trophy Last House on the Right.
It has to be here. I hope I'm not too late. Sarah?
Once you find Sarah and realize she's not in danger, you see that she's not in her correct body. Here you learn a little about Sarah and how she wound up that way. She loaned her body to a psychologist who has been hinted at in each mission. She rented it on the black market so she can save up enough money to free her partner from the memory bank. So what you learn throughout the game is that when you reach the age of subscription 21, you need to pay for that subscription. If you can't, your body is then revoked or taken off of you and your memory is put into a memory bank. Once you're able to roam around in Sarah's house, there is a comic in the bedroom with hints as to where to find the Chicken of Justice. Just follow the steps that you're going to see now and you'll get the trophy Chicken of Justice. We then break down the clues from the red room and get the trophy Nothing But the Truth.
Like that.
I don't know, but we need to figure out who's pulling the strings in all this.
After some digging, turns out that your last death, the train crash that keeps being mentioned has something to do with everything that's going on. So you leave to go and reconstruct your last death, which is meant to be a bad thing and not tried. And with that, we get the trophy Darkness Under the Stairs.
Fear of the world. Can't you let go just this once?
You know the answer.
Damn you. Hang on.
I have to... What's this?
A new earpiece. This one shouldn't be so easy to spot.
Ah, thanks.
When you get there, you work your way through the cars of each of the trains, and as you work your way through, the reconstructor is showing you killing everyone on the train in order to take out a drug dealer, but your body is not reacting too well to it. All the while the stranger is in your ear, and you think somehow he has altered your memories as you have not synced and you cannot remember, but you do not think you would have shot innocent people. Once you get to the end, you hear Sarah shouting on the comms that her body is in the middle of the riots that are alluded to in exposition, and Jane is trapped in all of it with Sarah's body, leading to the trophy James's ladder. You'll make it to Central Park and end up crashing. You work your way through the riots and you run into the chief, and for some reason he just shoots you and leaves. Once you reach Jane, you see the stranger has took control of Sarah's body with Jane in it, and for some reason killed everyone in order to do it. It's still at this point not clear, but he plans to bring down the system and end it, but I don't know why he needs her to do it. You try talking him down with it being unable to, and you end up shooting Sarah's body. You die and you end up in the memory bank waiting for who knows how long, getting the trophy, whatever happened to Jane Salmer, Firewalk with me and Anguish. While the credits run, there is a voicemail from Sarah explaining what happened once you died, and that she managed to get her body back or a new one, and that she will one day try and get you out of the memory bank. But once you have listened to this, you will get the trophy, One Missed Call. So with the story complete, that leaves us with one trophy. It turns out there are two different endings, meaning we need to do two different playthroughs. The ending from the first playthrough is the so-called quote-unquote bad ending, so it's now time to get the good ending. In order to do this, we need to do specific things when prompted throughout the story. So first thing you need to do is at the first crime scene, you do not fix the crime scene. When prompted on the Icarus, you need to shoot the person in the head. When Sarah asks you if you believe in an afterlife, you say yes. When returning to the crime scene, you hide the hidden passage. When finalizing the case, you need to blame Green. And when speaking to Jane, you need to choose the option drop the gun. It's here you find out that the stranger and the murderer is essentially a voice in your head. It turns out that Green was going crazy just like you are going crazy, because you have died and been reborn so many times over. It seems as though I've had a psychotic break. And with that final ending playing through, having the good ending, we get the trophy End of Deadly Dreams, and then the platinum trophy Nobody Wants to Die. Now, this is the first game I have platinumed in a while without using a guide and having to walk my way through. This is the first game I haven't platinumed in a while without using a guide and having to walk my way through checking everything as to not miss any of the trophies and to try and get the platinum in one playthrough before I knew there was 2 endings was really, really fun. The game itself and the story is great. As I said at the beginning of the video, if you've ever watched Altered Carbon, the story will be fairly similar in certain aspects and with just terms changed and the settings being different. If you're a fan of detective and narrative driven games, this is definitely worth giving it a go. The way in which you solve the crimes is the way you go about solving crimes is very innovative and new, not something I've seen in many. Again, guys, if you do enjoy this video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and until next time, we'll catch you all later.